Hello and welcome friends. In this particular module, I wish to discuss about the operation and certain construction details of weight collectors as they are used as pollution control device. Broadly, in this particular presentation, we'll deal with principle of working of the weight collector, their types, their constructional aspects. We'll more focus about the Venturi scrubber. We'll discuss about the factors affecting the collection efficiency, and at the end we'll discuss about merits and demerits of the scrubber. As you learn the contents, you'll be able to explain principle of working of the scrubber, also explain the types of the scrubber, and explain merits and demerits of the scrubber. Let's get introduced with this particular device. Essentially, they are used in industry for the removal of varied range of the particulate, including the dust particles, suspended droplets, and also for absorption of gaseous pollutants from effluent gas streams. In this particular device, there is a necessity of the scrubbing liquid, which is usually water, in order to capture the particles or increase the size of the particle in order to remove from that effluent gas stream. Within the gas stream, in order to remove a particulate, we have to properly understand the interaction of that particular particle with liquid droplet in the light of fluid properties. This particular operation of the scrubbing essentially helps us in order to remove that particle from the gaseous phase. So in order to have this done, there has to be appropriate dispersion of the liquid to establish the good contact between the particle and liquid, and hence this attracts high energy input. However, this particular equipment is quite advantageous because it is helpful in order to remove very fine particles which are having size of 0.1 micron. However, the range can be considered to be 0.1 to 20 micron. One of the basic disadvantages of this particular equipment, in addition to high power requirement, is there is a generation of the slurry, and hence there is a necessity to have that particular slurry treated and to dispose the sludge caused. But one more advantage is through this particular operation one can remove even the sticky, flammable as well as corrosive particles, which is not that easy in other kind of the equipment. As we try to get introduced in the weight scrubbers, essentially there is a need to have certain inertial or direct impact of these gas-borne particles with tiny droplets of the water, so that the operation facilitates the washing of that particulates out of that dirty air stream as they collide with the droplets and as they are entered in the flow of that particular droplets towards the outlets. There are various configurations as far as this scrubber is concerned, but essentially we we'll discuss about these spray towers, cyclonic scrubber and venturi scrubber. As a principle, we can discuss these three steps. The first step involves is nothing but the weighting of the particle by scrubbing liquid. So here their interaction could be in the horizontal plane, it could be in the vertical plane, but there has to be the weighting of that particular particles. The second step is removal of these weighted particles on a collecting surface, followed by their eventual removal from the device. Next is increasing either the gas velocity or the liquid droplet velocity in a scrubber will assist to enhance the efficiency because it involves great number of collisions in between the gas particle and the solid particle per unit time. As we consider these number of collisions and hence the higher efficiency, with this consideration, the venturi scrubber operates at extremely high gas and liquid velocity with a high pressure drop across the venturi throat and hence the better efficiency. The analogy of this scrubbing could be the interaction of the gaseous particle ladder with the particulate with the drizzling drops of rain. In the similar manner, in a closed container, there could be such horizontal spray chambers which are cross flow type. So the way this sketch is showing, here the dirty gas is allowed to enter through certain flow distributors. There is an arrangement of the spray nozzles which could be counter current, which could be co-current or which could be cross current. So accordingly here this particular interaction of that particular particulate with the water droplets will cause the washing away of that particular particle. As such, the particle will travel with the water. So accordingly as they are settled, the particulate can be separated through that particular liquid phase. The clean gas enters through this particular entrainment eliminator and it would be led out to the stacks to enter into the atmosphere. The similar interaction can be had with this spray tower, which is showing the position of the spray nozzles, entry of the gas and the exit of this gas. There would be also certain cyclone spray chambers as well as also the impingement scrubbers. Essentially, these various models are assisting to how this interaction between the particle and gas droplet in varied manner so as to how the separation of the particle in better manner. Whatever could be the model, the particle laden liquid droplets as they come out of these scrubber sections, they are separated from the gas in some cyclonic or mist eliminator kind of the arrangements. So for scrubber to act properly, we have to consider these 4 steps majorly. The first step is nothing but the scrubber, which is allowing the entry of dirty gas. As such, there is gas liquid contactor phase. Through that, the gas and liquid enters into the gas liquid separator, which is the cyclonic operation. from which the clean gas would enter into the atmosphere. If required, it could be preheated in order to make that plume invisible. Now, as the gas is coming out of this particular phase, what remains is nothing but the dirty liquid. That means here this liquid contains certain solids. So the solids needs to be separated through this liquid solid separator. As such, these solids are removed out of the stream. As the clean water or clean liquid is coming out of this particular phase, it could be recirculated through such kind of recirculating pumps. Here, the sludge, if is inert and non-toxic, it can be sent to the sanitary landfills. If it is toxic in nature, it needs to be disposed through proper treatment, and it could be sent to certain hazardous landfills. So, if this collected solid is in hazardous type, there has to be more stringent procedures for the disposal. Sometimes this collected soil could be having certain beneficial value, and hence it can be sold or it can also be recycled. One of the important types of the scrubbers is Venturi scrubber. Basically, it is convergent divergent duct with connecting throat where the cross section is minimum. The construction could be cylindrical or rectangular in cross section. As far as working of this Venturi scrubber is concerned, gas is allowed to enter in the convergent section and the scrubbing liquid could be introduced either at the entrance of this particular convergent section, or it could be supplied at this throat end. It can also be supplied in the counter current manner. So, when the gas and liquid droplets pass through this throat at a very high velocity, the particles are collected in the liquid droplets due to the interception, impingement and diffusion kind of mechanisms. This particular equipment device has very high efficiency even for sub-micron particles, where the liquid to gas flow rates are maintained within 0.001 to 0.003 and the throat velocity is 60 to 180 meter per second. Here, the complete version can be seen in this particular sketch. There is a wet approach or flooded pole entry section to avoid the dust build-up at a wet-dry junction. There is an adjustable throat which assists for adjustment of the gas velocity as well as even the pressure drop. There is a flooded elbow located below this particular Venturi section and ahead of this entrainment separator to reduce the wear because of abrasive particles. The particle laden liquid droplets, as they come out of this particular stream through the divergent sections, are separated from the gas in this cyclonic operation or mist eliminator. Hence, in a Venturi scrubber, a throat section is built into the duct that forces the gas stream to accelerate as the duct is converging and then as it is expanding. As the gas enters in this venturi throat, as we discussed on previous slides, both gas velocity and turbulence increases. Depending on the scrubber design, the scrubbing liquid is sprayed into the gas the way we considered from the top at the throat or in the counter direction. So this particular scrubbing liquid is then atomized into the small droplets by the turbulence in the throat and droplet particle interactions increased. Some scrubber designs use supplemental hydraulically, pneumatically atomized clean liquid sprays to augment the droplet creation to avoid the clogging. So, as discussed previously, after this throat section, the mixture decelerates and further impaction occur, causing the droplet to agglomerate. Once the particles are captured by the liquid, the weighted particulate matter and excess liquid droplets are then separated from the gas stream by entrainment section, which usually consists of cyclonic separator or mist eliminator. Typically, these venture scrubbers are applied where it is necessary to obtain high collection efficiencies for fine particulate matter. Thus, they are applicable to controlling emission sources with high concentrations of sub-micron size particulate matter. Here, some of the applications are shown in these particular photographs. They have been applied to control these particulate matter emissions from variety of the industries like utility, commercial and institutional boilers fired with coal, oil, wood and even the liquid waste. They have also been applied to control emission sources in the chemical, mineral products, wood, pulp and paper, rock products and similar industries that is listed here. In order to understand a particular placement of this venturi scrubber or scrubber in general, let's consider a certain specific case which is showing the fly ash arrestor. So through the boiler, that the gaseous stream as it comes out, it is allowed to move through this venturi as well as this particular scrubber. So accordingly, here the slurry which is coming out of that scrubber is sent to either certain screenings, in turn to slurry channels, so that here this particular pit which is designed essentially to have the ash separated out of the stream. So the liquid coming out of this particular operation can be further recirculated for the venturi. Also, here as it passes through specially designed DSM screens, some of the water content can be stored or otherwise it can also be treated through such clarifier operations so that it can again be recirculated in the operation towards the venturi. Here, as the clean gas comes out of this particular scrubbing gas through ID fans, it could be sent through chimney into the atmosphere. The sludge which is coming out of this particular operation needs further treatment, and as we discussed previously, according to its category, it could be disposed or treated further. The wet scrubber efficiency is very high for particulate matter removal. But essentially, it can be considered to be a function of energy consumed in air to water content, which is directly proportional to the pressure drop as well even the size of particle. So in the common scrubbers, the normal pressure drop is 250 to 1250 millimeters of the water. As we discussed about variety of air pollution control equipment, more the pressure drop, more the efficiency. Also, here as we consider the droplet diameter which is interacting with that particulate moving through the gas stream. So here if that droplet diameter is small, it will be providing higher surface area in order to have the interaction with the particulate, hence naturally there will be more efficiency. The velocity of the gas, which is also important, as it is more, that means the collision will be more and hence there will be more efficiency. In case of this wet collectors or scrubbers, we consider mainly the mechanism associated with the movement of the particulate through the gas stream, leaving its place through the gas stream, reaching the target, impacting that particular target, getting dissolved, absorbed, adhered, and subsequently removed. So, as we consider this kind of say, essentially the impaction mechanism, it can be considered or directly related with the collection efficiency. In order to understand the basis behind the collection efficiency, we will understand these particular steps. So, here the particle leaves the gas stream and proceeds towards the target. As the particle is moving towards the target, essentially it is majorly influenced because of the inertia force and the drag caused because of the surrounding gas. Here, naturally, there will be certain, say, thermal as well as gravitational forces, but even we can consider some, say, magnetic influence kind of. So, as we consider these fields, force fields, they are not that major. Hence, we are more focusing on inertia and drag. Because of the interaction and the result of the inertia and drag, the particle has to stop somewhere. If the stopping distance is greater than the distance from where the particulate left its place from the gaseous stream and reach towards the target, the impact will occur. This impact is expressed in terms of impact number, which is ratio of stopping distance to target diameter. The efficiency of the collision and hence the removal can be expressed in terms of this impact number. As we consider this particular lowest gauge, here certain lines are depicting the information associated with the sphere for potential flow, sphere for experimental flow, cylinder for experimental flow, sphere for theoretical flow, and viscous flow. So, as we consider these particular, say, extreme places, the efficiency is associated for a particular having the spheroidal nature or fibrous nature, which is put up as cylinder here. It is function of both the viscous nature as well as the potential nature of the flow. Here the efficiency that is shown in this particular figure is associated for a single particle. These theoretical curves indicate the efficiency depends both on the impact number as well as Reynolds number. It would be erroneous to refer simply the experimental values associated with the sphere or cylindrical particle. Hence, these efficiencies need to be studied, understood first with their theoretical background, and in order to do so, this efficiency due to the impaction theoretically is given as eta I is equal to eta V, which is the efficiency caused because of the viscous flow, efficiency caused because of the potential flow. Here in the numerator it is multiplied by RE by 60, whereas in the denominator the value is 1 plus RE by 60. Here these efficiencies for viscous flow and potential flow are obtained for a particular impaction number over this particular sketch, and accordingly the theoretical efficiency is worked out. The wet scrubber can be looked at with different angles. Here certain scientists, as they have given certain say merits as well as the demerits, are listed here. According to Hooper, the wet scrubber has following advantages. It is capable of handling flammable as well as explosive dust. It can handle the mist in process exhaust. There is a relatively low maintenance. It is simple in design and easy to install. The collection efficiency can be varied. I hope you remember about the adjustability of the throat in order to enhance that particulate velocity as well as gases velocity, and hence the increase in the collisions. It provides cooling for these hot gases. It neutralizes the corrosive gases as well as dust. These wet scrubbers are helpful in order to derive the efficiency more than 90%, and hence the emission standards can be easily achieved. Also, as far as the category of this control equipment is concerned, the cost associated is quite high, as one is expected to go through that solid liquid phase, liquid solid phase, and their separation at various stages. The operation is tedious as well as costly. Also, the sludge could be contaminated, which needs certain specific treatment. The pressure drop is quite high. Effluent liquid can create certain water pollution problems. It is one of the basic features of these wet scrubbers. The waste product is collected in the wet manner, hence the handling could be difficult. As we are associated with the liquid content, hence there could be corrosion problems. If the installations are in certain extreme temperature regions, then there is need of protection against freezing. The final exhaust gas requires the reheating to avoid certain visible glow. As I discussed initially, these wet collectors could be of various forms, though we have just focused on the spray topper impeachment scrubber as well as venturi scrubber. As you refer to the literature, you will find lot many configurations as far as the installations of weight collectors are concerned. But each of these particular categories can handle specific particulate ranges. Accordingly, the removal efficiency can be considered to be fair, good, as well as excellent. Also, these particular installations may need the various footprints. So, it could be large, moderate, depending on the particular size that we wish to deal with, as well as the kind of the configuration that we wish to have. As we saw on earlier slides also, it can deal with very high temperatures, and each of these particular categories can give different pressure drops. The higher pressure drops are giving more efficiencies. So I hope in this particular presentation we try to discuss just some basic points associated with the weight collectors. I hope you have understood conceptually. So I thank you for your attention. As we move ahead, in the next presentation, we will discuss about the operation and design of fabric filters for particulate control in air pollution. So, bye till then. I wish you very happy learning. Thank you.